video uploaded in our channel. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon in person. And we switch over to the next speaker by now. The next speaker is Lorenzo Niola. Are you here? Lorenzo,
yes,
can you hear me? Welcome, yes. Welcome to our small conference. Actually, we didn't have the opportunity to meet in person. It's the first time I can talk to you now, and I hope maybe you are living. I can see that you're living in Geneva. I'm in Switzerland, so maybe there will be the opportunity soon to meet in person. Actually, I just had a look at your LinkedIn account, and the thing that really pops up in my mind is Mars landing with impact tech startups. That's actually your mission. That's your passion. And yeah. I think we can just jump in there, and the stage is yours. Just start with your presentation. Maybe you say something about your person. You have 15 minutes, free to interact, free to talk, free to be silent. That's your stage. Go on. Thank you very much.
Cool. Can I start with the video and share my screen then?
You can do. You're free. I think. Are you already co-host? Let me check. Let me check if you are co-host. Lorenzo.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You can share. You are here. You can. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this great opportunity and for being here. I'm Lorenzo Niola, and I'm passionate about the intersection, as you said before, between impact and technology. The so-called tech for good, and I really hope that your life is like a roller coaster, like this one, full of ups and downs, with several emotions and exciting times. Professionally, I'm working in a startup accelerator and go-to-market program, and so I love to supercharge entrepreneurs and people like you. At the same time, I would like to share here my personal story and what I learned about wisdom and following how much is important following your dreams as well as your passions. Everything started basically here. So I'm Italian, coming from Vercelli, close to Turin, between Turin and Milan. It's one of the largest rice producer area in Italy. In my childhood, my life was quite calm and I mean, same friends, same places, nothing really exciting, okay. I was lucky to have a very supportive family and a strong network close by with friends and cool people. But when I was kind of a child, one of my dreams was to have a motorbike. And so I got it. So here you can see with my Vespa, that for me was not just a scooter, was something more. You can see in the picture I'm with my friends. I started discovering the countryside of my province from a different perspective, and this helped me a lot in looking at the world differently. New places every weekend. With a lot of energy and interest to explore places outside of my comfort zone, and this, and along with the passion for the motorbike, I also played sports, and I think that sport is a key for learning, for meeting new people, changing perspective, challenge yourself, and get closer to specific values of a community. I started with the soccer, like many people, and then I fell in love with rugby. Very physical sport, but with specific rules and a strong respect for teammates and the other players. This helped me a lot with the resilience and supporting people and passion about being part of something meaningful. I'm also doing snowboarding, so not a team sport, but an individual one. And this helped me to get closer to the nature. So being alone in the mountains, this really, really helped and supercharged myself, by the way. I had several opportunities in my childhood when I was young, and I was always big curious. Like when I was studying, I had the chance to study abroad, and first it was a cultural exchange in Bath, in UK. I was there to learn English, and then after finishing my study in Italy, I spent also a year in Denmark. I studied business. And this is coming from a trip with some students in Norway. This picture it's important because wow. in my journey, that moment changed completely my life. Like I was with people that were new for me. So out of my comfort zone, country never visited before. It was one of the first learning experiences of my life that helped me to discover the world from a different perspective and with different lenses. And while I was working, while I was studying, I was also working to pay my studies. I changed several jobs to really understand what I wanted to do in the future. I worked in a startup in Denmark as a lifeguard, cashier, call center, and more. But one of the most rewarding one was being a firefighter. This job helped me a lot in paying my study and being more independent. As much as possible, let's say. And that job, thanks to the job, like even if the day was busy, I was coming back super happy because I was helping people during emergency, and the result of my job was tangible. So it was definitely a life-changing experience for me. I learned a lot about resilience and focus on what really matters, even in very difficult and challenging times. Now I'm helping people, but more than people, I'm helping also entrepreneurs. So that are solving the humanity's grand challenges. The biggest problem of the world, such as climate change, pollution, social and financial inclusion, but also access to education and more. And in this picture are the Sustainable Development Goals provided by the United Nations. So there are several challenges that are affecting the world, and most of them are super connected, are interconnected. So you can see clearly some links among them. And you have may heard about incredible people that are using technology to solve these problems and drive better humanity and sustainable change. I cultivated this passion for technology in the past 8 years, even if I studied business at university, so not so related to technology to some extent. I won a scholarship to spend some time in Silicon Valley, in California, in US, and over there I support entrepreneurs in different fields with different challenges. And I was an entrepreneur myself, so I launched some ventures, and I failed twice. That was one of my best takeaway and learning experience of my entire life, to be honest. Failing is part of a learning process. Makes you, I think, wiser, I would say. and can help you in reading and understanding better how you can fix stuff to avoid same mistakes. I mean, I still remember when I was at university, one of my best courses that I joined, that I attended, it was management of innovation, and everything started there. Like a light turned on in my head. Like I want to do something closer to innovation, and this is where I am. Like at the intersection between innovation, technology, and sustainability and impact. For sure, there are some words that can describe myself, and that these words can summarize also my passion. So from entrepreneurship, startup, accelerator, also with a strong focus on sustainability. So we are supporting and connecting the dots also with some NGOs in terms of open innovation and bring innovation to within the humanitarian space, supporting also VCs and investors in looking at sustainable and impact tech as a new opportunity, a lot around impact, and incubation for ideas for students that are coming with great entrepreneurial ideas and to help entrepreneurs. But one of the main message, or the key message that I want to share with you that can really make a difference in my life, it was joining a global community. So joining a global community or a movement. Like when I was at university, I was part of ISAC. Right after, I was part of Startup Grind, so community of entrepreneurs. And then I joined the Global Shepherds community, part of the World Economic Forum. I mean, we have more than 400 hubs from all over the world, in every city. We do projects with a local impact. And this helped me to increase my network. I mean, you will get exposed to so many different people from all over the world, perspectives, different approaches, and it's the best way to make new friends, to be honest. This will nurture your wisdom, your curiosity to better understand what's out there and where you want to be in such a global world, super interconnected, like nowadays. And these are the community that I joined that changed my life, in my opinion. I made new friends, and the experiences that I made over there helped me to be the person I am today. Especially in a hyper-connected world where people can get closer thanks to technology and connectivity. But in your journey, one of the most important things is to be ready, be open, be curious, and challenge yourself. Like, try to think outside of the box on a different way, compare other people. Usually, there's not only right stuff. You should also do wrong stuff to learn from the past, from your experience. And then one of the most important things that I can share is to get ready to celebrate success. Like your steps, your achievements, you should celebrate them, no matter what. But not only celebrate success, also have fun with the people you love. Learn from everyone, and try also to give back to your community and exchange ideas and be curious about the future. And seeing things from a different perspective, for me, was always bringing value And it will be, I think, the same for you in any conversation you will or talks you will have. Like, let me know your thoughts. If you ever felt different, compare other people around you, and I think that diversity is the key to achieve better results and drive positive change. Happy to hear from you, questions, thoughts, feedback, and start a meaningful conversation.
First of all, thank you very much for your contribution, for your different perspective, and for your like sort of telling us that really it's also important not only to focus on one thing, to interact, but also to celebrate things that are good in you, wherever you are, and to go party hard. Even if now under Corona it's a bit more difficult than it was before, and I hope it will be later as well. And the different perspective is the last point you mentioned, which I think it's a very important, a crucial one. So how do you think was do you have an example where you try to really, of course you have a picture of a sailing boat where you show the world from the mast of the boat and you see this perspective. You have a specific example in your life and you say, yeah, that's the moment really I realized that this happened. I was sitting beside or whatever, and I could really give an added value to my perspective by changing the point of view. Can you give us one example? You say, yeah, I remember that because this was really a crucial moment. I stepped beside and I saw from a different point of view, and that made the change. You have such a story, or you have in mind some of your?
Yes, totally. So one of the main, I mean, I still remember I was doing my exchange period in Denmark, studying there, and that moment happened once we were discussing for a project, and within the time I was fully immersed in a completely new environment with international students. I was lucky to be there.
Right.
And different perspective, different approaches, like completely out of my comfort zone. And over there, I realized how it's important to listen the others, accept feedback, and even if you are thinking something different, it doesn't matter. Like, you should bring it on the table. You should discuss it. And this can add value and change completely my perspective, because sometimes I was thinking that I was always wrong, while maybe you can add value on specific tasks or specific activities that might be not so obvious at the beginning.
So not thinking that you're always wrong from the beginning, I think it's a nice point, actually, that really, I think, especially if you're a teenager and not so secure about really what you're feeling or the things, are because everything is new and you're getting in a new world. And then if you start with this feeling, I may be wrong, and the other, all right, they're teaching me what to do and it's right, I follow just the rules. But as you mentioned, just no, you also have a voice and you have a perception, and maybe you really just try to put it put the value inside and just express it and look what happens, and maybe there is something really, or for sure there is also something which gives an added value, as you mentioned before. Do we have any questions from Sanyen or from Tansuli related to this presentation of Luca now? Something that you would like to hear about him? Because now actually we are running a bit over time now, but it's fine because now we have a break session for relaxing moment. Any other question from the audience?
We have a question from Zaim.
Yeah.
On the chat.
Yeah, Zaim. Yeah. Oh. You can check. I can read the question. Interesting, Shara. To what extent does failure helps you or not? If you have an example, a specific example of failure. So
failure. So failure helped me a lot in understanding what really matters. Like sometimes, especially thinking about the organization I launched, in the past, I was thinking that what I was doing was always right, without considering several other perspectives. But at the end of the day, I realized that one of the most important thing is to trust people and delegate. So doesn't make any sense to be overwhelmed of tasks sometimes, especially in projects. So share responsibilities first, and trust people and give the others leadership responsibility to help you, because and then you can share ideas, get together and brainstorm. But it's important to not think that only you can do this stuff in the right way. And this helped me in several moments. At the moment, for example, I'm leading an association where we are almost 30 members in the city and in other in other areas around. And so, of course, if you have to think about planning the activities and everything around, I cannot do everything by myself. It's important to trust people, delegate, and then get together later so that you can brainstorm and think how you can fine-tune several activities. And delegation is a lot of teamwork. So this comes with a lot of time when you have to focus and talk and share different perspectives and be open to other thoughts.
Okay, thank you very much for this. Actually, it's not a failure, because at the end of the day, it was this sort of failure turned out to being a success.
Yeah.
It's actually there is a concept. I'm coming from the pedagogy, from teaching, and there's one concept which is talking productive. It's mentioned. It's called productive failure, where at the beginning, by really trying to encounter some ill-structured problems, and you fail at the beginning, so you start to reflect. And we had a speaker before, Zaim was talking before about reflection, important reflection about the thing that happens, and if it's something which doesn't work well, this sort of failure can be very productive. And of course, in your case, it was at the end. I had a question which was formulated by Marcelo, who invited you to this presentation, or actually a question. Maybe Marcelo, you can ask the question yourself. You mentioned on the Skype. Are you here, Marcelo? Oh, Marcelo is at the moment. He had the question because he mentioned in our channel we use beside of here to organize a session. He said actually, let me check. He said that actually you were working in a refugee camp. Is that correct?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually Killian who just.
Oh, sorry. Oh, the next one. Okay, sorry. Just because sorry, then I didn't get that. Sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lorenzo worked in a refugee camp.
No, that was I was surprised as well. Okay, yeah.
But I supported entrepreneurs that are using tech solution for refugee camps, for helping with financial inclusions. So I also have friends that are working at the High Commissioner for Refugees, so here in Geneva. So I know some stuff about the refugee camps and the scenario, yeah. But no, not the person, let's say.
Well, anyway, so I was, I was just reading the message from you. I didn't reflect about what was going on. Anyway, thank you very much for your presentation. And I think maybe you'll. I think it's inspiring. It's very inspiring for teenagers. We have your LinkedIn account. If you have any social media where you would like to be connected with, of course we will publish your video as well on our platform. It will remain a bit longer. So if you want, you give the teenagers opportunity to connect, maybe the one or the other.
Yes, I can write here my email.
Thank you very much. I think that's a good connection we can use. And for the next, actually now we may have a break, but